I'm really starting to think that cowards and simps like Amiri, don't worry, Amiri, you're not the only one. You just got a lot of company, so you don't have to be afraid. Really get off with trying to say, ow, I'm giving Charles this work. You never could give me work, you coward. That's why you stay in your little space. Here's the fact of the matter. You looked at my video, obviously, my live stream yesterday, and noticed the statistics and the raw numbers between Pol Pot, Hitler, and Stalin. I want you to think about this. You're putting up numbers of genocidal proportions through abortion alone. Come on now. Come on. But yet, you go off on a tangent, on a fucking tangent, upset because I made Joe Quangs look bad. I didn't do anything to make him look bad. It's not their representation, it's their reputation. In the medical field, they always said the most dangerous place for a black child is a black womb. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. See, what we fundamentally have to understand is the simps are just like that guy up there. That's the well, that's the line boss. That's the line boss. See it, Mary? Guys like you need women's admiration. I'm not a talker. I'm a doer. Well, then again, I am a talker and doer. Shit talker, dirty walker. Don't worry. See, men like you disgust men like me on fundamental levels of stupidity. You keep on saying, well, black women, they're happy because they don't want to be with these men. No, black women can't be with a man. We got 700,000 more marriages than you. You're not even desirable on dating apps. And dating apps usually take a lot of the stress and hardship out of actually approaching people. And you still come up short. A black man doesn't have to act like a white man to get any woman on earth. He just has to show up. But let's get back to some of the stuff he talked about. How black men need to stop worrying about what random women are doing. Aren't these random women asking us to provide and protect for them? Aren't these random black women now the highest rising demographic of becoming homeless? Because the government picked them off that special magical tent. The nipple said no more. Isn't it random black women who think they can mommy and shut us up, but get put back in the damn place? Isn't it random black women who randomly go out place to place, having wild sex and getting pregnant and don't even know who the father is? Isn't it random black women who aborted literally a nation's population of babies? Isn't it black women who spent billions in their hair propping up East Asia on their own? Think about that, man. You're worried about random black men. If we get money or reparations, we're going to go to the strip club. Number one, a lot of us don't. Number two, if we did, so what? You ain't got shit to say about black women when they fucking frivolously spend their money. Billions that could have been on their children. Billions. But these the same chicks who get government benefits and incentives that men can't get, and waste them all. You got chicks out there who got 4 kids, and they're getting at least about anywhere from $150 to $250 each kid in food stamps, and don't have any food in the goddamn refrigerator. Why? Because the dumb bitch sold them all. You don't talk about that shit, and I don't give a fuck how you run your family or your household. I'm gonna tell you that now, because I already know your balls are in a purse. There, I said it. But back to the more important shit. If it wasn't for the vaunted black men of this community, black women would cease to even fucking function. Look at COVID. COVID's proven it. When you don't get your government benefits, these women will sink and not swim. The only reason you get anything is because of welfare reform back in '96. But what did they give black men? 3 strikes and you're out for petty crime. But that wayward bitch can have a bunch of unfacilitated, out of wedlock children, and she gets rewarded. There's a reason why they don't want to give the children to the fathers, because 1, they don't respect fatherhood. 2, they think if the fathers get something, they're not going to get any benefits out of it. But I'm going to ask you this, Amir, and others. When you see single motherhood, what happens? What happens? Do you see kick-ass overachieving children? Or do you see nothing but crime and despair? Think about this. You're seeing black women's nature, right? The one chick who hit her boyfriend and an innocent bystander with a truck and started coming out the car, left her 8-month-old baby in the fucking truck just to hit the man in the face while his legs were broken. Didn't even give a fuck that she killed another man. But these your queens. The one chick in Florida who allowed her white boyfriend to beat her son to death, moved out the house, and left the boys in the house with the corpse of their brother. You know what? David Carroll had a thing about it when he said a lot of these black women out here, not all, there's still some good ones, but that's only like 10 to 15%. I know. 10 to 15%. A lot of you raise your fucking kids like fucking pit bulls. But yet, I'm supposed to believe that these so-called queens have black children in their best interests. But every stat that comes from parenting from a black woman is negative. They said single black fathers do way better than single black mothers. White women are better mothers to black boys than you. That's a goddamn shame. But fundamentally, you're not supposed to talk about the queens. You're not supposed to talk about their failure. Me for sure, I don't care who black women date. Yeah, they could go to the white boys. But look at them. When do you hear of a successful relationship between a black woman and a white man? I'll wait. I'll wait. You don't hear about her hardly any. A lot of black women are not even in the spaces where white men hang out. Because you have a contempt for black men, you kind of fuck that up because your reputation. If you treat your man this way, I know you don't got no love for me. But what happens? You got these women, instead of cooperating with your men, who will go out of their way and just say niggas ain't shit just because they hear somebody else say it. But instead of actually dating and marrying the men who are the shit, you did a complete another opposite. You have babies by bums. And a nigga like a Mary will say, well, these queens are strong. They're not strong. Take away all the incentives, take away all the benefits, and we'll see where people are. But I noticed when that chick said she was going to get her brother, you didn't say shit to Mary, but like a coward, you don't think anything a woman does is rude or wrong and disrespectful. But yet, we got statistics from the U.S. government, the CDC, that you literally cut our population 25% plus. But what about the black women who randomly have children by white and Hispanic men? And then go to the black community because the son of a bitch denied the child because he wants all his acknowledged children to be pure, whatever, insert race here. You don't want to talk about that, do you? You don't want to talk about how they smut themselves out. They will go and do all kinds of nasty shit for insert race here people, get pregnant, and expect a black man to be a stepfather. Get the fuck out of here. I'm going to say it again. You will never be Mrs. Cartwright, ladies. But I got to ask you one thing, Mary. Would you want your sons to date or marry women that's on your panel in your chat? A bunch of man-hating, lonely bitches. A bunch of bitches that will take away anything your son earns through the sweat of his brow and through the hard work of his brain. Is that the type of women would you want your son to be associated with at any time of their life? And I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt that you're a reasonably intelligent man. Hell no, you wouldn't. And we all know you're doing it for the views and the money. But you look stupid and suspect because you support these type of bitches who pray for black men's downfall. You really look stupid on that. I've always said, don't give a fuck about the grown men. How do you treat the boys? Those wannabe mommying people who get put back into their place, they deserve it. They deserve everything I said to them. Why? Because they proved me right each and every time. I'm going to go get my brother. My brother was here. Go get your goddamn brother. If he's anything like you, he's a sorry motherfucker. But then again, I'm going going to give your brother the benefit of the doubt, and he probably snatch your little dumb ass and tell you to sit your ass down and stop talking to random men. Go find you a husband and settle the fuck down. But here's the question. Black men like you, Mary, do women disservice. You don't tell them the truth. Oh, you want to bring up unemployment of black men? Let's look at it. Look who took up the jobs when they wanted to get a double minority. Oh. Look at black women with jobs and look at what they're doing with them. They're becoming homeless. With children. They will actually take their children out there into the streets with them instead of giving them to their fathers. But wayward men like you, man, wayward men like you will keep on preaching a false doctrine to these wayward women. Think about it. You're not the most educated. That was a big lie. A bunch of propaganda spewed. You're the most enrolled, but a lot of you don't have your degrees. You're the least desired, not because of your skin tone, it's because of your reputation and your attitude. You're the worst mothers. You're the most single, the most divorced. You are literally anti-marriage, anti-life, okay? You treat your children as pawns instead of legacies. But this is what we get, right? And I'm still amazed. No, I'm actually not amazed that a coward like you couldn't come up to my panel when I called you out last night. It's amazing. I don't want to hear no more videos about me until you bring your little coward ass over here. And I'm going to say this too to your boy Chaos. You've been playing the sides for a very long time. You've been playing the sides for a very long time. And it's about damn time people called you out for that bullshit. Especially being around a guy who's supposed to be a black father, a so-called black patriarch, but you're going to shit upon black men like we're leaving our children. When you know good and goddamn well, as soon as these bitches get a kid, they want all advantages for them. They're not worried about families. They're worried about breaking them up. That's the only right they have. Shout out to Hood Conservative. They all want the right to destroy and decimate our families. They want the right to destroy our fucking unborn children. I never seen a creature that's filled with so much hate in my goddamn life. But tell the fucking truth and shame the devil. You're not going to admit this shit because you know where your bread is buttered. And what's really sad is that if you go out there teaching young men that these women are so great, you are an accomplice to their own destruction. And that's on your fucking head. And this is the damn shame that men like you came into these fucking spaces from being an acolyte of fucking Cynthia G. Like I told you before, this male feminist shit got old real quick. And no offense, yeah, you should be called out for it. And I'm proud to do it. I'm worried about what random women do. Why not? Because these random women create fucking babies that grow up to be children that decimates our community. So yeah, I'm worried about that shit. I'm worried about the fact that if these women can't raise their children properly, especially their sons, that's an issue that the police have to handle. All you worried about is maintaining a child and never raising them. And that's the bottom line hypocrisy of it all. Every time you put a critique of black women, oh, here comes the simping forces with their white capes and blue shoes. Nigga, are you a fucking black woman? Then shut the fuck up. Nobody's speaking to you. Here it is. You'll see women talk to their husbands real greasy and don't say a goddamn blessed word. But all this talk is the fact that, and I'm going to quote to that, Judah. It's not the fact that they don't want successful men. They can't get them. They only want successful men after they done ravaging their body, after they had their fun, and then once guns get pulled on them because they dealing with niggas they shouldn't have been dealing with in the first place, that's when they want to settle down. Who the fuck wants to settle down with a chick with 2 to 3 kids from two to three different men? We got a whole community of leftover women, the undesirables. And black men without children are supposed to come into the thing. Here I come and save the day. Which is disgusting. Instead of schooling these boys on how the real world works, instead of making them simp, yes. Do I think black men should go where they're celebrated? Yes. And I don't even interracially date. You don't even have to. I mean, there's Brazil, there's Africa, there's the Caribbean. There's plenty of black people that date and black women. There is no monopoly here in the United States of America when it comes to black women and black families. The sad part about it, buddy, black women haven't even priced themselves out the dating market. They underbid, they overbid and thought they were going to get something out of it. They became the low-hanging fruit of the dating world. Why? Because you got plenty of them out there giving up their bodies to the little local white boy at the job. And then once he hits and smash and he gets his checklist off of getting some exotic on his dick, aka black women, he ignores your ass in front of everybody. You don't have black men going out there making videos of their cars. Oh, so sincerely, black women's a problem. Exclusively their problem. See, the part about it is, I can talk cash shit now, Amiri, because guys like you don't help the community. You hinder it. Instead of actually telling the truth and getting things on course like a real man is supposed to do, you constantly lie. For what? It's not like these women are going to respect you. They love an on-point simp, but there's no way in hell they're going to respect them. You demonize black men, but yeah, black men are the greatest thing that happens in this damn country. Robert E. Lee won every goddamn battle in the Civil War until black men stepped on the ground and whooped his ass. You wouldn't have civil rights if it wasn't for black men. You wouldn't have no type of fucking community in the 80s during the crack epidemic. And by the way, crack was engineered specifically by fucking minds, fortunately. And it was black men or illegal means. I don't condone drugs, but hey, little do y'all know the number one drug dealers wear Gucci belts. And there's a picture with Reagan with a Gucci belt. And I'm going to just leave that there for you to ponder. It's amazing that black men can never have freedom off the plantation. And there's always some type of goddamn simp overseer or some mommy wannabe mammy to the white man's wishes chick trying to hold us back. The scary thing to hear that a lot of these black your reputation stunk for so damn long, your sons want nothing to do with women like you. It's not the manosphere fault. Well, it kind of is because, you know, we kind of did inspire them and tell them the truth. It's your fault. You act like your sons and your grandsons never saw how you treat their fathers and grandfathers. You act like they never saw the vitriol that you have for men, especially black men. You are reaping what the fuck you sow. And I'm going to say this once again. These chicks aren't living their best life. They're the least desired. They're not worth, the juice is not worth the squeeze. They're not doing well. They're not going on these trips. Most of these chicks go on these trips and they're 8 deep in a 1-bedroom hotel room. And as soon as they get off that plane to whatever destination they headed, they're trying to trick on the local populace. You're going to eat pussy for a green card? Desperate bitches. How many of these chicks got African last names and get mad when that man cheats on them? They had to literally go and scrape the bottom of the barrel to go get a husband. They gotta bargain a lump sum of money for a nigga to marry them. Black man, all he gotta do is show up. Y'all been doing the passport tricking way before black men. A lot of y'all go to these little foreign ass places and come back pregnant. Don't even know who the father is because you've been giving out random pussy like fucking Pop-Tarts at a fucking school breakfast. But you don't want to talk about that, right? You don't want to talk about the maternity fraud. You don't want to talk about how a lot of these chicks Even though, yes, I'm correct that it takes an act of God for CPS to take their children, because CPS always do the least amount of work when it comes to protecting children. I think the term child protective services is an oxymoronic statement. I truly do. Because they do nothing to protect children. They'll give the children right back to the mother who physically and did all kinds of type of abuse to them only after a few classes. Oh, what's up, Volcanus? Wow, thank you for the generous donation. Woo! Grand Rising, brothers. And woo! Thank you for that generous donation. I'm getting damn tired, sick and tired of a bunch of these simps lying. You know, good and goddamn well the hell that black men got to face in this Western world, in particular America. But black men still make it. It's a miracle. The only people in the world to ever come to the country as slaves and be equal to the ruling class. You think black women would have done this on their own? Fuck no. You think black women would have done this shit on their own? Let's tell the truth. Black women are happy with the status quo. 95% of the slaves in the field were men. You really think they wanted to escape when they were in the big house? Look at the mentality they still carry from slavery. They are happy to be masters bed warmer. They are happy to do that. You really think that they're going to run away to freedom with you? They're going to be the same motherfuckers to tell the master that you're trying to run. Those are the same motherfuckers. And I'm going to say this to black men, and I want you to get this through your skulls, black men. You don't owe black men shit. Excuse me. You don't owe black women shit. You truly don't. Normally, I say black women don't owe you shit either, but they actually do. For all these centuries, decades, and years of putting up with them, propping them up, they owe you the fucking world. And start to act like it. And start to act like it. You don't owe them shit. They were never worthy to tie your shoes or clean the soles of your goddamn feet. And they proved me right every fucking time. Do I think this is every black woman? No, because you still got some good ones out there. But, buddy, it's going to be hell to pay. I'm going to hit you up later. Catch y'all on either my stream or somebody else's. Peace. Woo!